Hear ye, hear ye. It's week 12, and boy, do we have a show for you. Lives were changed last week. I'm not just talking about me cashing the Splash Tears contest 2 times. I'm not talking about lines being moved after Tuttle basically gave us the lock of the year. I'm not talking about Pete joining the Swolies show for the first time in a long time. I'm talking about Davis Daddy, or Daddy Davis. Davis, what would you like to be called?
You can just call me my name, David. You can just call me Davis.
All right. So Davis Daddy on us with today's show. It'll be a fun one. Stick around. It's the Week 12 Swolecast, sponsored by Splash Sports.
Are you Davis Maddox from the Swolecast? I was like, yep, that's me.
I just want you guys to know I'm total dust. I'm the problem.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Leave it to the guy with the crypto dunes, Abby, to not understand content.
I should have known you getting 30 likes was directly written by someone else.
You know me, I don't do a ton of research before the show.
I've put no research into this. Don't know if it's true at all.
You're on the right show.
To it, bro. Live a little.
Live a little.
Just live a little, guys.
Welcome in. David Kitchen alongside Davis Daddy Davis and Pete OVERZETS.
Please call me Peter Daddy. Peter Daddy Peter.
Call me Riz Daddy. All right. I don't know what that was. Tuttle couldn't be on today's show. And, he wanted to send a present to the people after last week's show. So I'm actually going to
tease it. Save it for the end. Make people wait till.
Right. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to post it in the Swolies channel right now so that they have an hour.
Okay.
To get in on this.
I like that, Kitchen.
That's how you tease it. All right. Before we start the show, just a little Swolies preparation. You know the drill.
I can't believe. So I was brought to my attention that I got punked with a bunch of Swolies only traditions.
That's very funny. Someone mentioned that in the Swolies channel that Dave did that, which is more planning than I thought Dave would do, and is actually a genuinely very funny idea from David. Like legit a good idea.
Oh, that was pretty much on the fly.
Dave, you know what Dave is like? Dave is like those quarterbacks in those teams that are really good with the first 10 scripted plays, and then it all falls apart after that.
You're calling Dave Mac Jones, basically.
Yeah,
like
exactly. When Shanahan gives him the answers for the first drive, nails it.
Malik Willis, whenever Jordan Love is out.
That's right.
Okay. All right. So we do have a lot to discuss. And I don't want to step on anybody's toes with these scripted plays. So let's just go ahead and get into it. It's the OVERZETS overview.
Got that dog in a butt. Got that dog in a butt. OVERZETS overview. Come on.
All right. As everybody can see, I see the chat is referencing it. Davis is back on the Swolecast after a 1-week absence, I think because he was afraid of getting Wally pipped by the silence of no fourth host who doesn't interrupt us. Davis changed one single diaper and then said, $23 in YouTube AdSense revenue sounds pretty good right about now.
Honestly, dude, diaper changing it's not hard. It's not that bad.
Oh man. Merconium though.
I have no complaints. It is.
Right.
I'm happy to do it.
All right.
Even though Davis only took 1 week, I do think he's earned a second paternity leave after Sean Payton became the Chiefs' daddy on Sunday.
Have my son in his Mahomes jersey just watching.
Oh no!
Yeah. Oh, it was bad. It was bad, Dave.
That's why little Maddox has been so fussy of late, because the poor kid has never seen the Chiefs or the Dodgers win a game. Poor little guy.
Shout out Lou Dog.
Some people are surprised that Davis hasn't engagement farmed the birth of his child on X yet, but he's just waiting until he can thread his Week 12 waiver wire video underneath it. So.
No, I'm trying to figure out how gauche it is to include an underdog promo code in the announcement.
That's what's going to compel people to finally sign up for underdog, I'm sure. I never thought I'd see the day, but the group chat is finally distancing itself from Donald Trump. Not because of his direct ties to Epstein, but because he may or may not have been jamming out on Bill Clinton's saxophone. That's where they draw the line right there. I guess Donald Trump and Jamar Chase are both denying spitting allegations this week.
Bad boy. Bad boy.
Did you guys see that Megyn Kelly take on her SiriusXM podcast this week? Absolutely indefensible. She literally was defending JJ McCarthy. She said a QBR of 22 is not like a QBR of 2.4, which is what Shedeur Sanders actually had in Week 12.
As I told the group chat, just burn it all down. Burn it all down.
David Kitchen placed a team in the top 10 of the Week 11 tiers contest on Splash Sports. And if that's not the best possible marketing for this contest, I don't know what
I don't know what is.
If Kitchen can do it, literally anyone can. Please sign up for the Week 12 tiers contest. And I guess I do have to talk about the slate. We do have some nice totals. Chiefs, Colts, 50. Giants, Lions, 50. Eagles, Cowboys, 49.5. Bengals, Patriots, 49. And if the Colts beat the Chiefs on Sunday, I really do think Davis should take some time off. Back to you, Dave.
All right. Thank you, Peter. Yes. A little bit of a heartbreak situation after I was in first place up until go figure.
We saw that you mushed yourself with the screenshot.
Well, it's because I kind of knew that someone would overtake me. So just getting it out. I wanted the screenshot equity. So I did post it, but it was the late night hammer games. The Island Hammer games that really did me in. But yes, 7th place, 25th place, and we're coming back for more this week. Promo code SWOLE if you haven't already signed up. And you can find the link to the contest either by the QR code, which is conveniently placed on the bottom right of your screen, or the link that is posted in the chat and in the YouTube description.
You know, Dave, I actually thought of you because obviously I've been doing some late night dad time and I'm just in the living room and I'm watching YouTube. And I realized I'm the guy Dave's trying to reach right now. The guy holding his son, watching a fantasy football YouTube video at midnight, and you're not on your phone, and you got the
yes. Yeah. This is why I'm saying, Davis, your life has now changed. Your third eye is opened to everything that has been discussed on this show for the last, I don't know, however many years. So that's why I'm excited for you. And I can't wait to just for you to be like, yeah, I get it. I get it. You know what? Yeah, my kid got me sick. I couldn't really be on today's show. And so for all those times that I teased Kitchen, now it's my turn. All that stuff will begin to make sense.
No disrespect, Dave.
Yeah.
But being a dad's not making me not work. Everyone has their vices, right? Some people are drug addicts. Some people are gambling addicts.
Yeah.
The thing that I do too much is I just want to be on my computer working too much.
Yeah.
How long of a leave would you have taken if you were at Roto Experts?
Oh, 6 months.
Yeah, that's my point. Yeah, but that would actually put you in a tough place, right? Because you would have been wanting to get back and doing shows while not doing any of the day job. And you would have been in rough shape if you were going live on all your stuff. They're like, but you're out for 6 weeks for Roto Experts. Yeah.
I typed up my week 11 waivers on my phone in the delivery room, holding my wife's hand, as you know, but before the birth, but as labor was, like, after she'd gotten the epidural, but before like the hardcore labor had started.
Yeah. Okay. And just so we're clear, just so my conscience is clear, she knows you're doing this show right now, right? Like,
she does.
Okay.
She does. Yeah, he's sleeping right now.
Okay, you didn't give some sort of bogus excuse, like,
no.
Yeah, the gig is up. You can't really tell her now, like, I gotta go work. Sorry, you know.
No,
like,
I make sure to clear.
Yeah,
working.
Okay.
Before. Yeah, we're locked in, dude.
Good. All right, let's get on today's slate. By the way, Peter, your lighting is looking really good. You changed something up?
No.
Maybe it's just brighter. I don't know what it is.
Maybe it's because I'm wearing a black shirt and my pale skin is popping more underneath the lights.
That might be what's going on.
No, something does, like, the overall video quality of the whole stream looks better than it normally does. I don't know why that is.
Davis, that's because you're a new dad. Like, everything,
glow.
Food tastes sweeter, you know. Everything is just more vibrant.
No, it does literally just, everyone just looks sharper. I truly don't know what it is, but something.
Unfortunately, the takes are not going to mirror that.
Shout out to Emo Cowboy for gifting.
Dude, Tyler, by the way, he must have just really decided to lock the fuck in, because he posted, I don't remember if he posted it in Swole's or in my Discord. This dude looks like jacked.
No, it was in the Swole's Discord. I also think
he looks incredible.
He said the boys are back and I'll have a new job in a few weeks.
Let's go.
Congrats.
Remember last week he gifted some memberships because he had an interview. So shout out to him, and we got some people that are taking him up on this. All right. We also want to give a shout to Run the Sims. Promo code SWOLE, not Swoley, but promo code SWOLE. I will say this. The good news is that last week I max entered the Swoley tiers contest on Splash Sports. Whoa. Davis, I'll let you.
The boys are locked in. Bob and accounting.
Yeah.
Giving
That's
me
a
the
$100
mazel
super chat. I'm gonna let you have all of that, Davis.
When you
I was gonna say, Davis is like, send that on my channel so I don't have to.
No.
Hey,
man.
Anyone that donates this hour, it all goes to Davis.
We don't. It doesn't need to be. It does.
No,
we're all having a good time, man.
Yeah,
unless if you put in parentheses after the super chat who you actually want it to go to.
Look, me and my corner of the internet, we are about to be very entertained for the next 3 weeks, because Underdog just launched the way too early playoff best ball contest. So I've been given my bone for the day.
There you go.
There it is.
Back to my story though. The negative side of that is that I didn't really get to spend any time on
salary cap DFS.
Yes. And so my team is probably the worst team that you have ever seen. We don't even have to go see what that team
Cash
was.
or the tournament team?
It was, I just had one lineup, and I literally did not get.
You didn't play the ball knower team, Dave. You even popped into the secret chat and you didn't play the ball knower team.
Yeah, because to be honest, the tiers contest, it takes a little bit of work. Like it takes work to get 2 cash teams on there, 1 top 10 team, like Pete said. And so at the end, I was like, you know what? This is kind of what it is. So shout out to 88, says he played the splash.
Do you know what the deal is, Kitchen, though?
Yeah.
I mean, you were the underdog story. It was all about defunding Tate 81. You're now the public enemy. You're now the one with the target on your back. It's defund David Kitchen.
Yeah.
Going forward.
Yeah. It's
be hard to do.
So I will be using basically what I'm saying is that it's no coincidence that I did not use the Run the Sims last week for the first week of the season.
Well, you could have done what Pete and I did, which is fire up. Well, I don't know what Pete did. I fired up Run the Sims and I said, "Why are you giving me literally nothing but Jacoby Brissett onslaughts? I am not playing Jacoby Brissett onslaughts." Like I excluded, like Michael Wilson was the highest optimal rate wide receiver, and I said, "Yeah, right." Jacoby Brissett, second highest optimal rate quarterback. Yeah, right. Not doing that.
Yeah.
So if you would have done that, by the way, the Millionaire Maker winning team was a legit 3v3 versus the cash game train. Like just a straight up, like not difficult 3v3. Aaron Jones, Tedroy McMillan, and the Steelers defense versus Jalen Warren, Jamar Chase, and the Titans defense.
Yeah. I think I had Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson both in there somehow. Like I said, I didn't get to edit it. But shout out to you. Did you win the
Oh, sorry. It was a 4v4. There was a Bijan swap as well. Yes. Sorry.
Hey, who amongst us haven't almost had a Millionaire Maker lineup win on a 4v4?
Dude, if
swap?
I just go the other way on that 6v6, I win all the money.
All right. Let's talk about quarterbacks this week. And Pete, you've got a first look at today's show or today's slate. What are you thinking at quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, we get like last week, all the elite quarterbacks were kind of in rough matchups. Obviously, that didn't matter for Josh Allen. But this week, they get all the plush matchups. You know, May versus Cincinnati. I mean, life comes at you fast. Highest price quarterback on the slate. Hurts gets this Dallas defense, although Geno finally made them look good last night. I don't say that from watching with my own eyes, but looking at the box score this morning, Prescott gets the Eagles, and that looks good. And Lamar gets the Jets. They're like 14-point favorites here. So I can see people being tempted by pay up quarterback. Plus, you have the glow of the Josh Allen nuke last week being like, maybe I do need to pay up for the guy who can go for 40 this week.
Yeah. Do you think this is a bounce back, get right spot for Lamar Jackson this week, Davis?
I don't know, man. Check the scoreboard. Shedeur was beating Lamar for a lot of that game, so you gotta get
laugh all you want, Dave.
I
don't know if you saw this, but I put I was actually surprised that ship chasing was way rougher on Shedeur Sanders than the group chat was. So that was honestly a huge surprise to me.
It's so funny you say that, and Davis saw this. So Zach, we posted a short about that, and one of the comments was, you can hear the Turning Point USA in their voices. And the comments just piled on. They go, Jacob Sanderson is one of the most liberal people on planet Earth. Quite literally the most lib fantasy show on planet Earth.
That's a great. That is so first time Jacob's probably been accused.
I was pretty quiet. That. I was uncomfortable with how much they were making fun of Shedeur.
You did good. Yeah. You did good. Just staying out of the fray. All right, Davis, you were saying.
You know, I think that Mahomes in this spot against the Indianapolis Colts, like everyone's off of him. It's their backs against the wall. I mean, if they lose this game, they will not make the postseason. This is massive for tiebreaker. Like, I mean, they pretty much can only lose one more game and get in, because even if they finish 10-6. They do not have the tiebreaker against the Jaguars. They do not have the tiebreaker against the Chargers. They would not have the tiebreaker against the Colts if it went in that direction. So I am anticipating. I mean, first off, Mahomes was in the SPY last week. Mahomes was 3% owned. Worthy was 4% owned. Rashi was 8% owned.
Yeah,
I would anticipate it being pretty similar to that this week. And I'm doing my contractually obligated bit here.
There's not really any reason to play Worthy though this week, right? Like or the rest of the season, unless
he was about that far away from 87-yard touchdown, I think.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you're going to Kyle Williams this, you can do that.
I mean,
guess, but
he now is of the price where he's basically Rashid Shaheed on the Chiefs. It's like if you ever, it's like playing, or how about a better comparison? Once a year, Marquez Valdez-Scantling would have a good fantasy game for the Chiefs.
Yeah. Does it still count? I mean, for the Chiefs bouncing back here, I guess Andy Reid is still technically coming off the bye. It's just a little more removed.
It's just
a little contact
I mean,
from the bye a little bit.
The issue is that neither Worthy nor Rice can beat man coverage. The only guy who can actually win, like, this is so fucking dark, man. The only guy who can beat man coverage, no, it's Kelsey. I mean, Thornton too, but Kelsey. Like having to, Hayden posted this graph yesterday, basically being like, I think Hayden said, like, I want whatever drugs Worthy or Kelsey got over the offseason. He's at a 5-year high in yards per target right now. Just because I don't think they wanted to need him, but they definitely do need him. And then let me actually say the line Bart again here. How about $5,700 Caleb Williams with Luther Burden as a stacking option legitimately for him this week against the Steelers, who have just been like the Steelers, unless they have a very specific game plan that meshes with what the opposing offense does well, like the thing that the Steelers want to do is a bad matchup for the opposing offense. I mean, they're just giving up 30.
Gosh. You look at some of these quarterback prices this week, and it's pretty hilarious.
Where's Jacoby? Is he not on the main slate? No, he is. There you go. $5,300 Jacoby Brissett coming off of the NFL record for completions in a game. Peter, I have a question for you. What is going to be the team that finally decides to play serious defense against the Cardinals in the second half when they're up 30 points? Will it be the Jets? Because whenever some team decides, like, we're actually not going to let the Cardinals do this, the music is going to stop.
The faucet will be turned off.
It is going to stop. So, like, because you just see it. These teams, I mean, they have been down 20 points or more 3 times at half with Jacoby. He has not won a game. You would think with all these Jacoby Brissett statistics, they must be playing well. No, they are 0-5 with Jacoby. One of these teams is just going to try, and I don't know if it will be the Jaguars.
He has not scored less than 20.8 fantasy points in a single game. I don't think you could go look through any of the elite quarterbacks box scores and find one who has a higher floor than him this season. It's unreal. I mean, this quarterback slate is loaded too. We haven't talked about Jared Goff home in the Dome versus this awful Giants team. Probably going to get Jackson Dart back on the other side. 5,600 is too deep for him as well.
Let me say that Jackson Dart will be, he's a bad play. Dable basically got fired in part because he was like
ran into a brick wall.
He was like sacrificing Jackson Dart's body to like stay in a job. Jackson Dart, this is wild. Starting in the preseason, Jackson Dart has been concussion checked 5 times. He's had to go to the medical tent for a concussion check 5 times. He cannot run 10 times in this game.
Yeah.
Or maybe he runs and they just tell him to fucking slide like every other quarterback. It might not be
that might be year 2 for him.
Do quarterbacks really learn how to slide? Like, can you think of an example of where a guy wasn't a slider and then learned how to do it?
I mean, a normal quarterback, but maybe one who hangs out all the time with Cam Scatabo doesn't have the intelligence to get there.
I think that I mean, I am super optimistic on Jackson Dart. He's my most drafted quarterback in best ball, but like this does not strike me as a great spot for him.
So 2 other questions. You've got you look at this like slate of quarterbacks, like you said, a loaded quarterback slate. And look who the top salary guy is. Mr. Drake May against this Bengals team. But people probably still won't play him because he is the top salary.
It's also it's also hard to stack him, and it also doesn't seem like a great volume spot. Like the Bengals without Chase. How are the Bengals without Chase pushing the Patriots?
Don't we know the meta, guys? You play naked Drake May, and then you load up on Greg Dortch, Michael Wilson, and Trey McBride. And then you get the 40-point quarterbacks, and you get all of the garbage time Cardinals. That's the meta.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is the late slate hammer game.
Is
Philly,
Philadelphia, Dallas.
Philly and Dallas.
Yeah, that game's
in
gonna
Dallas.
suck. I don't mean to burst your bubble. That game's gonna be a brutal watch.
What if it's not though, Davis? What
It's
if Dallas
it's gonna be a brutal watch?
What if Dallas? All you need is for the Eagles to start losing. That's what you need. You need Dallas to come out firing and the Eagles to start losing.
The Eagles just put a vice grip on football games, and the shittier they are on offense, the more it becomes difficult for the opposing team to escape that vice grip.
There's not gonna be these turbo wins in Dallas like there were.
Dude, I feel so insanely stupid for not betting against the Lions in that game. I with all the talk about weather, I should have been thinking about this, but Jared Goff, when the weather is under 50 degrees, Jared Goff like basically turns into Josh Rosen. It is unbelievable. Like a lot of the times these narratives in football are really overblown and it's not true. But like if you go look up the Jared Goff stats when it's cold, he had double sleeves and double gloves. Double sleeves, double gloves is preposterous if it's not snowing. Preposterous.
I thought his receiver. I mean, there were some like Amon-Ra didn't look like Amon-Ra either. All right, let's get on to this DraftKings slate. And Pete, you can tell us where we're entering this contest.
The TK T-Mobile Game Day Draft Challenge. Play a free in 24 NFL DFS contests with $2K in cash prizing per contest from week 1 of the regular NFL season all the way through the playoffs and the big game. Can you believe that, guys? We'll be doing this all the way until February.
All right. Davis, is one of my gifts to you. I'm going to let you pick first.
Can I do a stack? Is that allowed?
Absolutely.
I'm going to do Goff JMO. I am another narrative that I'm buying in is Dan Campbell puts those glasses on and all he sees, he's got blinders on. All he sees is horizontal breaking routes for Jameson Williams. Two best fantasy games of Jameson Williams' career back to back. So he's in year 4. Best back to back games of his career. The 2 games Dan Campbell took over play calling.
All right, Pete.
One thing I was just looking at, and I know we're not talking about running backs yet, and I'm not going to do this, but Trevion Henderson shaping up to be the biggest trap play ever with
literally basically the worst play I can do. Pete, he's like a first round pick in dog polls right now.
I was just looking at the ADP, and then I saw his price at 6,700. I'm like, this is going to hurt people.
Yeah, if you want eight touches for 6,700 DraftKings dollars, there's your boy.
Yeah. All right. What do I want to do here? Let's pick a running back that we like. So if we're not going to play Lamar, the big dog's heating up. He's gonna go for 102 here. Let's just play some Derrick Henry against the Jets.
I like that. I like that
this week.
I'd like to.
Anderson is going ahead of Derrick Henry in underdog drafts right now. What are we doing, people?
I'd like to make an addendum, just a note here, but that if you guys are if you're in seasonal leagues and you've got the bye week blues, Keaton Mitchell is scoring a touchdown this week in the second half against the New York Jets. So there you go.
Speedy.
Yeah.
Keaton Mitchell.
Look at that. We're giving underdog alpha season long stashes.
Yeah.
This show does it all, baby.
This is a conditional play.
Uh-oh.
But there is news out that Josh Jacobs has a knee contusion.
He's going to play. This is
you think,
Dave, you need to play more seasonal fantasy football to know that Josh Jacobs is listed as questionable with like the most preposterous maladies every single week. Always. It's always
but he came out of the game last
week.
Dude,
he might not finish the game, but he is definitely playing.
He's a dog to play this week. He's still a dog to play this week.
Davis, this goes back to you saying, see, I would have thought you being a dad now kind of gave you more clarity on you saying if they're doubtful, they're still likely to play. Is what you said. Which doubtful means doubtful. We don't have that designation yet. That's why I said it's in conditional play.
All right. Are you issuing the global swap alert to all Swolies?
Yeah, sure. I will say this. Leave $100 salary. If he doesn't play, just switch to Kenneth Walker against the Titans and hope you get some long break runs.
Okay.
All
right. I'm going to play. I'm going to make you guys suffer. I'm going to play $6,000 Brock Bowers, 7 for 72 last night. The Raiders actually might get a chance to play with the lead. What do you think the ownership balance between McBride at $6,800 and Bowers is going to be? I would guess it will be a 4-to-1 ratio. So Bowers is 5%, McBride will be 20. It might even be more drastic than that between these two guys.
It might be. Yeah, I don't know. I do think people are going to play Noah Fant this week.
People will for sure play Noah Fant.
Sorry, I forgot about the Chase thing. Really? Okay. All right.
So
I would guess the two most owned tight ends will be Fant, McBride, and I bet there's a decent bit of Kyle Pitts as well.
Dude,
London.
I know the flow chart kind of died last week, but Hunter Henry will get played against the Bengals.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He'll probably be the most owned pairing with May, even more than Diggs, I would guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Pete.
Let's do that. Actually, let's do double tight end. Let's save some money here. We're only at 4,800 remaining here for these wide receivers. Let's get Henry in at 3,900.
So we are also, Pete, that's actually a good point you made. We're at the point of the year where salaries have tightened to the point that when you go run optimal lineups, you just get a shit ton of two tight ends because DraftKings has just always artificially lowered the prices of tight ends. So, if Hunter Henry was a wide receiver, he'd be 4,600 or whatever. So the optimizers are just going to give you a lot of two tight end lineups this week.
Yeah. And sub 4K wide receivers just are basically non-existent.
Defense is a little tough this week, looks like. Unless you're playing like Saints against Cousins.
It's David. How are you not realizing that it's your team that's the chalk defense?
Against Seattle?
They were the chalk defense last week. Darnold has 7 turnovers in his most recent 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but like last week was against Davis Mills. This week is against
it'll
Sam
be
legit options.
It'll be Saints and Titans.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just go Saints. Again, you can make that 2v2 Titans, Kenneth Walker. Well, I don't know if you want to do that. The old running back versus your defense. But if we did that, then we're left with 6,500 left.
Yeah.
No, 13,000 for 2 slots.
Right. So that gives us some a little bit of wiggle room. Got to go receiver. You know what, Davis? I think I don't think Rice is cooked all the way. So I want to go with $7,700 Rashee Rice.
5,300. So we've got. Oh, it's not great here. Oh, Michael Wilson. What's it? Did Marvin Harrison Jr. had an appendectomy? Was that what it was?
Yeah, he's not going to be.
What did it say? It was week to week?
Yeah.
All right, so let's do Michael Wilson, and then can we get up to? Oh, okay, we get to the Browns defense. There you go. We are. This is actually. I'm actually.
Or
I'm going to play this in cash. I think
we could actually go doubles and go Amon-Ra.
Yeah.
And
well,
and
I'm playing this. I'm playing this in cash, so I'm gonna keep this team.
okay, I'm gonna go Wilson and Amon-Ra. And then with the Saints defense.
All right, what's the team for the audio listeners, Dave?
Okay, so we got Jared Goff, we got King Henry, we got Emmanuel Wilson with a possible KW9 swap if Josh Jacobs does go. We have Jamo Williams with a little bit of Rice on the side. We got this guy did cook last week, Wilson, with some Bowers, side of Henry in the flex, and then Brown's defense. And again, you can also swap Amon-Ra and Saints for Rice and the Browns. Brown Rice. Brown Rice. Get it? You get it.
Incredible.
We do.
Davis, is our dad jokes funny to you now?
Still not loving them.
Yeah.
Still not loving them, Dave. Brown Rice was pretty good. Rice was pretty good.
All right. Let's get on to the running backs, though, this week, because you have Jonathan Taylor, who
is going to try to get in a little joke that the group chat would rather pair the Cleveland Browns defense with Rashad White.
Brown, white.
Did you get
brown, white, white, brown?
Oh, no, you're right. Rashad White with Rashee Rice. I messed that up.
Yeah, you did. Fumbled. Fumbled. You've got JT, though, at 10K this week. It's a little bit pricey against this Chiefs defense. I'm just going to go on a limb and say he's not going to be that heavily owned.
No, I bet that 8% might even be smidgen high.
10K is wild. And especially with Bijan just nuking too for 15K less in a good matchup. Like only the GPP bros are going to get.
Do you think that was like maybe a squeaky wheel? Because we actually talked about this on the tiers contest when we went Bijan, is that all these touchdowns they were given Algier just seemed like they gave Bijan some touches, just some a few gifts before getting Algier involved again. That third touchdown.
I have no clue.
Yeah. Okay.
You're saying a little squeaky wheel there, and the wheel has been sufficiently greased at this point.
Yeah, like I don't know, but I also know that they don't have Drake London this week. Obviously, Michael Penix, they don't have him, so it will be interesting to see how this Kirk Cousins led offense functions with Bijan.
I don't have particularly high hopes.
Yeah, I mean they're going to get fed, but I think you can probably worry about the overall offensive efficiency and worrying about maybe not quite as many red zone trips.
Yeah.
Okay, who are some other running backs you are looking at, Davis, this week?
I mean, I think Chase Brown is an early candidate to be underplayed because this Patriots matchup has been so bad, but no Pirine. He has a high ankle sprain, so maybe if he's able to play, then Chase Brown's obviously awful, but
yeah,
the Bengals do what they did last year when Zach Moss got injured, which is they just give all of it to Chase Brown. Like Kendall Milton came in and got a touch before Taj Brooks last week, and that was basically just to give Chase Brown like a very small breather. But you're like, he's going to get like 85% of the rushing work, and I mean, with no Chase, he might have like a 20% target share here. And I really hate to do this because it is in direct opposition to my bags, but Bishal Tootin is not going to play. I know he said he was okay.
Yeah,
but he's not okay.
I was about to say, we do have some if this, then that scenarios for running back this week. We already talked about Jacobs. You've got Tootin with ETN being the beneficiary there. Even Warren, I think he's going to try to play this week, but he left the game with an injury, and you would get some more Gainwell there. And then Rashad Stevenson. Who else?
Ramondre is like
Ramondre. Rashad, Ramondre. And then DeMarcado got hurt last week. So if you want to plug your nose. Be a great time for Trey Benson to come back and rescue some best ball guys.
DeMercado was a high ankle, so I'm not anticipating him playing.
Yeah,
I think they already ruled him out. I saw.
Yeah, there you go. A little bit of Bam Knight, like that sicko who played him in the Spy last week.
There's Stephen Burr says Aaron Jones. He is not hurt. I think Stephen Burr is just saying, hey, let's mention Aaron Jones because he is facing his old team for a little bit of a revenge game.
Yeah, I was starting to get excited about Aaron Jones. I mean, he hasn't topped 16 points yet. He gets not technically vultured by Jordan Mason, but you see things swing back there a little bit more. And then McCarthy is such a train wreck that it's the similar stuff of like, does this offense have enough juice to support like a 20-plus point score from Aaron Jones? I don't know. I'm a little skeptical.
Well, Jordan Mason is not getting any of the target share of that offense. Did score kind of a longer touchdown, but I think Aaron Jones also had a chance to score as well. He didn't catch it past the end zone.
I don't think I just feel like running back straightforward enough this week. You don't have to mess with it. Like Gibbs is mega smash. Chase Brown, if no Pirine, Derrick Henry, ETN, if no Tootin. And then how about one of these two guys, Genty or Judkins? I think it sort of depends on, like, if you think Geno can play well enough to keep them afloat, Genty might get like 27 rushes in this game. And if Shadur can if Shadur can be, can Shadur be a C+ in this game? Because if he can, Judkins against this Raiders defense is just going to be like, he could get 30 rushes, I think, if Shadur can just be like.
Yeah, but Shadur can't. I mean, you guys have already pointed that out. Some might say a little unfairly.
But it's the Raiders, dude. It's the Raiders. It's a very different spot than the Ravens.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just seems like receiving upside is dead there. You like Gibbs over Bijan, like all things considered?
I will probably, like, everything I do this week is going to be related to the Detroit Lions. I expect the Detroit Lions to score like 50 points this week.
Okay. Kenneth Walker he's starting to ramp up. So against the Titans, I do think he's in play to break some long runs, but this could also be the classic Sharps 2-touchdown game.
Yeah, it's also the Titans are just like where ceilings go to die, right? Like everyone's going to get theirs, but you're never getting pushed. You're never we saw it with, like JSN even this week. It's like, he's so good, but can you pay $9,000 for his?
Right. I almost made him
points?
the cover boy. And I'm like, I don't know if he was going to play in the second half, but if the Titans could put up some sort of like fight and,
spoiler alert.
They won't, but no one will play JSN because of blowout risk, and he is an absolute smash spot this week if he plays all 4 quarters, and they're not.
I don't love it.
Why not?
Because I think it would be very, very hard for me to see him get 11 targets in this game.
Okay,
this feels like a 9 for 90 kind of game.
Yep, 9 for 90 feels very.
That's exactly what Nico got. I think it was 9 for 92 last week against the Titans, but at the touchdown, like that's not a bad thing if you get 24 points out of him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any other thoughts at running back before we move on?
I guess we should say that if Ramondre Stevenson does not play, then Trevion Henderson is like a giga mega.
Yeah. And piggybacking off of Davis's Giants thing, if Montgomery kind of gets forgotten at 5,300, you could certainly play the like Montgomery 2 TD kind of game down there.
I think Montgomery will be forgotten because I think that ETN is going to end up being the chalk in that range with Tootin not playing.
Yeah.
Hey, Pete, did we get a champion in the touchdown survivor contest?
Ooh, good question. Let me pull that up and look.
While you pull that up, we'll be talking about our receivers. We already talked about JS10.
We did. We
For real?
did. Yeah, so Donkey takes it down. Should you want me to share my screen, or Davis can get it pulled up here?
Yeah,
They go, Mostrovs goes Achan, who gets stuffed. What was it at the goal line 3 times?
Yeah, they kept on running.
Oh,
yeah, it
that
got
is
folded.
sick.
I mean, it's
And Donkey goes down to Henderson against the Jets on Thursday night. Easy pick for him. Wow. I really do hope Mostrovs and Donkey connected and talked about some kind of chop, but I'm doubting that actually happened.
yeah, because what was the final take on that? Like, it was like 5K or
no,
Pretty high.
No, it was let me find it. Where is it? Was it 12K? Yeah, 12K.
12K.
12K goal line stuff.
Can
That
you
is
imagine
insane.
watching just Achan getting stuffed over and over again and being like, oh, I'm sick.
Dude.
You know, that was brutal.
Shout out to Donkey though, man. Like the way you can even just see, like he used some of the less, I don't know, high probability bets early, you know, the Walker, Jacobs, Williams, White, and then goes into his heavy hitters there. Taylor, Barkley, McCaffrey, Gibbs. Very, very strong run there by Donkey.
Donkey and Mostrov, send us a message. Let us know how things went behind the scenes, if any. And I feel like we need to do something for Donkey. Not sure what that is. He should probably send us something, actually. He should probably send us a $1,200 check just for hosting this thing. But let's get on to receiver.
What a sick little stimmy. Like just logging into your Splash account on the Tuesday, the Monday of week 12 and having an extra 12K in there.
Yeah. Jack says he lost his big eliminator due to Achan not scoring a touchdown.
That's so brutal, man. That's so brutal.
We also had did we have a survivor too?
Yeah. I'm still alive in that. Oh, but the original one we should check.
I don't know if we had an original survivor.
We did not have an original survivor.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
We had the mid.
Pete, that was mine. That was
the mid-season.
Dude, we definitely had an original survivor.
We did not. I promise.
Hey guys, this is not good TV. Can we move on, please, to
all right.
Surviving this week with the wide receiver options?
Dude, it's bad. The wide receivers this week are tough.
What if this is a Zay Flowers week finally?
It's just like it all has to come in the first half.
Yeah. He's got to score a touchdown.
Yeah, he does have to find a way to score a touchdown.
Okay. Just scrolling down. I guess you're looking for a shootout in Kansas City.
Man, $7,100 T. Higgins. Are people really gonna? I mean, he's got the tough matchup with Gonzalez, but no, what's his name? No, Jamar Chase, Flacco. I mean, is Flacco gonna feed T the same way he feeds Chase?
Oh well, no. I mean, he probably will get some catches, but Yoshivas is 4,100. So there's your chalk play.
God, he
sucks, dude.
Bad. It's one of those where it's like, you know, he's gonna. The thing is he is not going to see any increased role, right?
Yeah.
Like he already runs all the routes. It's just tough. He's so bad.
My thought on how the field will probably handle it is like if people are rolling out May stacks or Patriot stuff, they'll love to use T as the bring back. And then he probably won't be used quite as much, like as a one-off, would just be my guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
This also might be a plug your nose and see what Van Jefferson does at what 3,300? Is he 3,600?
No. Why?
No Ridley. You've got Io Manor, who is hurt. I think DK is also out this week. He might be like the only receiver worth going. Last week had how many targets he have last week? 7 targets last week. Again, if you need
Kitchen, do you want to tell the people what the Titans team total is this week before we're discussing any Titans plays?
I'm guessing it's pretty low, Peter.
It is.
I don't know. I don't know if you saw JJ's tweet.
Yeah, 13.4 fantasy points. Cam Ward, a season.
He said it's his highest ever. Cam Ward had his highest ever scoring week in week 11 with, and then like line break with 13 points. Fantasy points.
I was looking. He's the only quarterback who's played at least 9 games who hasn't scored over 100 fantasy points.
Yeah, it's brutal. It's brutal. And that game went to overtime last week, or almost went to overtime.
Hey, at least Titans fan, great quarterback class on deck for that number 1 pick you guys are going to have. I'm sure you'll be able to find your next.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, and people wanted. I don't know what we're gonna do, but I think I may have convinced JJ for us to go up on that Thursday night. It's in Pittsburgh. Titans might have the number 1 overall pick.
It is impossible to talk about the draft without Kitchen mentioning this little road trip with JJ.
Because I'm excited about it. He did. At first, he was like, I can't do it. And now he's coming around to it. So it's exciting. Sorry, Peter.
I think he's probably just so scarred from your FF Expo road trip that he's like, I can't do this again.
What is a higher probability? Justin Jefferson hitting an optimal lineup in salary cap DFS, or him committing an assault on JJ McCarthy on the field?
Yeah, he's definitely headed down that AJ Brown territory.
He is going to tweet, "The enemy speaks kindly but holds a knife," like any day now. He's having a bad time.
Very much so. Yeah, it sucks too. It's nuked Addison as well. I mean, Addison was absolutely balling.
Didn't Addison drop an easy one though? I feel like he did.
That wasn't an easy one.
It wasn't an easy one, but it was a good throw, and it did hit him in the hands.
Yeah, it was like extended out, and we know it was 110 mile per hour fastball.
Dude, the fastball is driving me nuts. Well, I guess I am not a ball knower, but I just do not understand why he throws every pass so hard.
He knows it might be his last every time he does it.
You guys are out on this game, but I still think like Devonta Smith.
I'm not out on this game.
Or AJ Brown.
I'm not out on that game, but the idea that
you did, Davis. You said it was going to be a slog.
You still get fantasy points in a slog.
I just think against the Cowboys defense, if the Cowboys can put up points against this stingy Philly defense, we could have a shootout on our hands.
Yeah. I like Michael Pittman Jr. Quite a bit. And I tell you what, Jacoby Myers, if Brian Thomas Jr. is not able to play, he has supplanted P. Wash.
I wish I could just play a supercut of all of your anti-Jacoby Myers stuff. Enough with this guy. Never do it again. And then I hate to say it, but he is supplanted.
Well, I do hate to say it. Purple Yosh. Purple Yosh, by the way, who sent a super chat for Tuttle because he has more kids than everyone combined, has 2 teams left in the Eliminator.
I know, man. It's so sick.
What a fucking sicko.
How many taking down 96. The Eliminator TLDR? How many teams left? What's the equity of
58 teams left, Pete?
96
teams left.
Yeah. I don't know what the equity of it
should be. Like 7,000 per team right now.
Which I would be hitting the cash out button if they let me.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to sell like 90% of the action to like CSU Ram, and so you keep a little taster. in there. What about Christian Watson?
He looked
ran
good,
the most routes on the team. Got to be one of the only times in Christian Watson's career he's ran the most routes on the Green Bay Packers.
I mean, the Christian Watson stuff is great, but only if Love plays. Like, I don't want Christian Watson with Malik Willis.
Well, I mean, Love came back in the game. I think Love is totally fine.
All right.
Okay.
Right.
Any other receivers?
I thought I saw some stuff that Love wasn't, but I might have saw that wrong.
You guys, like an 80 Mitchell take, maybe?
I mean,
No.
God, if this freaking guy could catch the ball.
Kitchen, what is up with your obsession with like third string wide receivers on teams with 14-point team totals?
He does. It's just
It's just starting wide receivers for teams that they could have like decent targets, even if those targets aren't worth much. I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel.
We know, we can tell.
That's why I'm on the show. Let's move on to.
But this does go back to Davis's point too, of just like those secondary tight ends just are going to project way better than these sub 4K wide receivers.
Yep.
Okay.
I'd like to do a Tuesday flag plant. Luther Burden the third. I'm assuming he is. Let's guess. I'm gonna guess he's 4,200.
No, he's cheaper.
3,600. Yeah. That for me is you play it before you see it on him.
I want it to be a thing so bad. I wrote it up in the newsletter this morning. It does feel like one of those things that's still going to take a couple weeks for him to fully break out.
I mean, he I mean, the stats were not there, but like the thing you were asking for, it's done. I mean, he did it. It's over.
You're right. I think the question is this what we've seen the Caleb stuff be pretty polarized relative to the matchup? Is this a good enough matchup?
It's
for Caleb
this
Williams?
is a definitively good matchup.
I don't know about definitively. We've seen the Steelers the Steelers shut down the Colts. They can get to the quarterback. I don't know if I'm willing to say definitively.
The Steelers
definitively is subjective.
Well, it's not. It's not.
Definitively means you don't even need to talk about objectivity or subjectivity.
The Steelers are negative 35 expected points allowed on defense. That is a little bit worse than middle of the pack. They are below league average in quarterback hurries. They are below league average. They're high in blitz rate, which means they blitz a lot, but they leave guys open because they're below average in hurry rate. And in passing defense, they are 11th worst in the NFL in expected points allowed on defense. So
here's the other part about this that could be gross. Rodgers is going to be truly questionable this week. If it's Mason Rudolph, you do worry about like the games you want to be in on the Bears are when you get the crazy back and forth with Kayla and stuff. And they'll just run the shit out of the ball if it's against the Rudolph Steelers. That would be the other cold water on it.
So you're saying it might be a Swift week?
I like Swift.
The issue is they are like just very live to give Monunga a touchdown.
All right, let's create a tiers lineup, and then we'll cover tight end, and we'll get out.
Kitchen, you want to drive, do every single tier, just since this is kind of your contest now.
Yeah.
Dave, if someone wanted to join the Swolecast tiers contest, where could they find the link for that?
Do not say QR code. Do not say QR code.
Do not say the QR code, but where could they enter?
You see where I'm pointing right there, that bottom right of your screen?
You got to be careful because I did this on the Bash the other week, and in StreamYard, I was pointing the right direction, and then I watched it back. People were like, Peter, you're pointing the wrong way. And it was weird in my thing. So just be careful.
Well, sorry. But the QR code, the description, and also what we have in the chat. I think you posted in the chat as well.
This is the other nice thing about it. you can even just go to the Splash homepage, and because we are such a valued partner, you can find this contest on the main page under NFL tiers. It's the main Splash contest, then Swolecast, and then the Ship It Nation dudes. My only criticism is we get the Ship It guys. You get the faces, Tambone and Hoop on it.
Yeah,
maybe we need to get David Kitchen's photo here on Swolecast tiers.
Yes, I'm going to create the banner image and send it to him and say, hey, if you guys want to use it, it's here. And maybe we can even get on the, just the header above the fold there, because they got Rick Rungood up there.
They sure do. Rick Run, that should be the goal. We have all of these little submissions on Splash, defund Tate, etc. Displace Rick Rungood as the face of Splash Sports is another one of my personal goals.
Pete, I love you. I love the mission, but our boy Rick has put in the work on.
I am friends with Rick. Just let me have these submissions here. Rick Rungood, you're out, man. You're the old stuff. The new hotness is coming here.
All right. Tier 1. We got JSN. C-Mac, Taylor, Jalen Hurts, Jackson, and Drake May.
This is a 2-horse race between CMC and Drake May, right?
Yeah.
No.
Revenge game for Mr. McCaffrey.
I don't want to give away all the alpha on the show, but the way that you kind of should group this is you pick a group of guys you think could get there, and then you choose 1 or 2 guys who you don't think is going to get there. And so you have your pool of players and you just shrink it down a little bit. So that's
literally what I just did. I just shrinked it down
for this
to
week.
CMC and Drake May.
Yeah, but these other guys could go off too.
So then you're expanding the pool, and you just said to shrink the pool. What is it?
You have to choose. You're saying that the other 4 are not going to go off. Is that what you're saying?
You just said that.
You're saying.
You need to shrink
I'm
the
saying.
pool.
You're saying who you like. I'm also saying sometimes it's who you don't like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the alpha, guys. Pick who you don't like.
No, it's not picking you don't like. It's basically I'm trying to get. It's a mindset, Pete. You're saying it's got to be this guy or this guy. And really, it's not like that at all. It's it's these guys, but definitely not these guys. That's what it is.
I hate you. Who's your pick?
Okay. Masterclass coming soon.
Masterclass coming soon.
It's the first video is you got to get dead to dead of these guys, but not this guy.
FK Cooler just said, Kitchen describing the core tenets of DFS like we just split the atom. All right. I'm not picking this first tier. Davis is.
McCaffrey. Easy.
It's also against Carolina.
I just said that.
He just said that, but you were too busy laying out your grand theory of
too busy.
tiers.
Dude was too busy splitting the atom.
Okay, Pete, I'll let you take this one.
Okay, I gotta be careful I need to shrink the pool, but not shrink it too much.
Yeah.
Mahomes, Gibbs, Bijan, Purdy, Puka. Jeez, Puka Nacua, man, remember him? Jahmyr Gibbs is my selection.
Bang, love it. I might if I do.
You tried to second guess and use the equity of your recent win to bully my selections.
It didn't matter who you picked. I was going to say really to it.
Sure.
But you were on the right page because you effectively
were on the right page, Peter.
You ruled out Puka. That's what I'm saying. You gotta rule these guys out. All right. This is me, tier 3. Amon-Ra, CeeDee Lamb, Prescott, Goff, Stafford, and Rodgers. So I'm going to take out Stafford and Rodgers. I like these other 4 guys. And you know what? We're going to go with Amon-Ra bounce back.
On the Gibbs team? right after you're the
Oh,
one
we did
goal
go
for
Gibbs.
this Dallas
We did go
Philly
Gibbs.
game?
Then we're going CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
So Darian.
Rare. I thought you were dialed in there, Kitchen, through 2 tiers, and then it really fell apart. The script.
I will say this: when I was creating, one of the reasons why I was creating, it took so long to create these teams, 2 winning teams, is if they could add, if Splash, if you're listening to this, if you could add at the bottom your players that you've picked in each tier. That way you can see like correlation. You don't have to like click back to see who did I choose, who did I not choose. All right. Next up.
Also, I can tell I think like Chad isn't paying close attention because I'm worried everyone right now is reverse engineering your lineups to try to find the alpha, the true alpha. Right now they're running it through Claude.
They've got like the murder board with the string, and how did he get that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Pete.
Isn't this Davis?
Yeah.
Davis.
Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Trey McBride, Jacoby Brissett, and Trevor Lawrence. I'm going Mr. Two Moms, T McBride. I'm gonna anger the GC with this one. I think that Baker ends up being the chalk on in this tier would be my guess. I think Jones or Lawrence. I don't know. McBride will not be one of the 3 most owned guys on this tier, though. I don't think.
I disagree, but we'll see.
Okay, who's gonna be? You think he's gonna be the most owned?
Yeah, I think he'll be one of the 3 highest owned guys on this.
Okay, all right.
Tier.
We're taking Mayfield then.
Okay, I like that. Pete,
this is you, Kitchen. We're going around. It was Davis, and then it's you, and then it's me.
No, it was you, then me. Okay,
is it?
Yes,
it's your turn, Pete.
Okay, Javonte Williams, Rashi Rice, Tyler Shuck. This is the meme with the guys in the military officers, and then there's
and the clown in the background.
Yeah. Chris Olave, Bryce Young, and Barkley. Shout out Bryce Young.
Yeah,
last
448 passing yards.
At the risk of condensing my pool too much to David Kitchen's chagrin, I think this is a Rashi Rice or Barkley decision here. Davis just had a kid. We can do Rashi Rice.
Yeah. Ooh, baby, this is my tier.
Well, I wonder who Dave's gonna pick.
Got the King. You got Caleb Williams. You got Jordan Love. You got Rico Dowdle. T. Higgins, which is an interesting one in this.
This is
tier.
A good tier.
Yeah, and AJ Brown. And sometimes it's just about choosing the best plays. And in tier 6, this is kind of what I like to do when you get down to tier 6 is just choose who's going to be the best play. And I'm going to go with Derrick Henry.
The Linsanity run for Rico Dowdle does appear to be over, which is,
I don't know. He got a ton of the work, the most work he's gotten with.
The offensive line.
Healthy.
The offensive line just generated nothing.
Yeah.
Sad.
Okay.
Trevion Henderson, Geno Smith, Kirk Cousins, Devonta Smith, Devontae Adams with Brock Bowers. Come on.
We know what you're doing.
What is it? Who'd you pick?
Brock Bowers.
Obviously Brock,
dude.
Okay. And look at tier 8. See, I did like last week. Tier 8 felt like there are way more plays than in past weeks.
Can you read them off for us, Kitchen, just so the audio listeners?
And
I'll get to it right now. So tier 8, you've got guys like Jefferson, Diggs, Kittle, Jeanty, McMillan, Chase Brown, who I think Egbuka, he was on last week as well. I think got Pickens on the winners team. Did we go Dak? Because I want to go either Egbuka or Pickens to stack with our guys.
Pete, you did CD. You did CD, right? Yeah, let's do Egbuka with Baker.
Okay. Yeah, if I did CD, then we'll go Egbuka. There you go. There's our team.
You want
That's the
Igbokwe?
optimal. That's the optimal right there.
So we've got CMC, Gibbs, Lamb, Mayfield, Rashee Rice, Henry, Bowers, and Igbokwe. This is a one quarterback lineup, which is kind of risky. It's kind of risky, but we're going for it this week. Shout out to the folks at Splash. All right.
I don't know, dude. I got a Discord at everyone that told me just take the quarterbacks. It's simple, and that's kind of been my guiding light.
Yeah.
We're in a new meta. It's the kitchen meta. It's just trying to get inside of his head and do what
Trying to get inside of David's head.
Yeah. Remember, it's not all about who you like, because there can be multiple guys who you like. It's about choosing the opposite of who you don't like.
Choosing the opposite of who you don't like.
Exactly. Okay. Let's get to tight ends. You talked about the cheap tight ends that are better than those $3,000 to $4,000 receivers. Davis, Fant, and then who else?
I'd rather play Fant than Yoshi. I'd rather play Pitts than Mooney. I'd rather play Theo Johnson than Wandale. I would probably rather play Hunter Henry than Kayshon Boutte or Mac Hollins. So it's like you pretty much go down the line, and the tight ends are just slightly better points per dollar plays.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure I would agree with all of those, but I understand. Theo, I think, is a good solid play.
Wandale is just like I guess
he's more expensive though, right? He's like 4,600. He's definitely not 4,100.
Yeah, he's 4,100. Well, I guess I was thinking in my head like Wandale is a poor structural fit for Jameis, but I guess Dart is probably going to be back. But I still think I like Theo better.
Yeah. And then is Trey McBride too expensive to play this week, Pete?
Probably not. Like, you still benchmark his salary to the comparable wide receivers. So what you're looking at a George Pickens, a T. Higgins, like he's commanding targets at a higher rate than those guys. He now scores touchdowns with Jacoby Brissett. I think you could still argue he's underpriced. Like straight up with wide receivers, he's like more like the Rashee $7,700, $7,800 price range based on his role.
You know, we've talked about McBride now. We talked about Bowers. We talked earlier about Kelsey. A guy who we haven't talked about, Davis. If your Chiefs can pull it together, put some points on the board, what about Tyler Warren on the other side?
I mean, Spags does such a good job against these receiving tight ends historically. Like Mark Andrews has always really struggled against the Chiefs. I mean, Tyler Warren is totally fine, but like 55, very hard for me to want to play $5,500 Tyler Warren instead of $6,000 Brock Bowers.
Yeah, I get that. You talking about Spags just reminded me of the days of. Remember the Belichick days where we talked about him taking out the other teams? He always
takes away the number one. Well, and I mean, it's really easy to figure out why they're so good against tight ends, which is that Spags really kind of only has one button to push against really good quarterbacks, which is exceedingly exotic blitzes. And the more you blitz, the more tight ends are going to be required to chip and stay in pass protection, and the more wide open wide receivers are going to be.
Okay. Think that will do it for the tight end discussion. I did want, now we're an hour later after I posted it in the Swoleies chat, so I'm not sure the line is on it right now. But Tuttle, I think after he gave the play last week, it moved like 30 yards, and then it smashed in the first half, whatever he gave out. For those that can do college props, he's got Parker Navarro for the Ohio Bobcats. He's a quarterback for the Bobcats. He has a prop of 58.5 rushing yards.
It's already moved.
Tuttle says he would. It's already moved. He said he would take that up to 65, though. There you go.
There you go.
That's your Tuttle Alfa. We appreciate Tuttle. We love you.
Alpha. Hold on. So he wants me to take higher here, and then who am I going to match this with? Is there? I always like
you kind of have to do that on your own time. But you can find Tuttle's stuff there at Roto Grinders. And Davis, going over receiving yards for Rice once you
I'm gonna have to stop using Brave eventually.
Or just use the you can also just use the app.
Yeah, I have the app on my phone.
I thought you were going to say I have to stop using Chiefs players, which also is true.
Wait, what if Splash is like, you sure about that?
You sure about
that? Every time you want to use a Chiefs player. Davis, thanks for joining us, though, on today's show. Anything you want to tell the people?
Yeah, I'm going to stream some playoff best ball drafts in 2 hours.
Nice.
Come hang out.
Do you have it figured out? I might play some playoff best ball this year.
I mean, playoff best ball right now is, do you think the Lions make the playoffs? Do you think the Chiefs make the playoffs? If you do, huge edge. If you think they don't, also a huge edge because they are still going to be drafted. Like whatever you decide on.
I'm signed up for this, Davis. It makes sense.
It sounds like there's a huge edge available to me.
Well, it's a huge edge if you're right. If you're wrong, you're dead, right? Because if the Lions make the postseason, their Super Bowl equity is really high. If the I believe the Chiefs are the second Super Bowl favorite right now, currently with a 58% chance to make the playoffs. So whichever one of those things you decide, edge, but you better be right, because if you're wrong, you're dead. Because for example, if the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Indianapolis Colts this weekend, all of their ADPs are going to, I would assume Mahomes probably becomes the 101 if they beat the Colts on Sunday.
Okay, sounds fun. I'm just going through those scenarios. Pete, what do you have?
What do I have? I'm gonna be filing a request to see if I can use the time Davis didn't take off for paternity leave. If I can just have that, maybe I could miss next week's show on Davis.
What do you guys want me to do, man? People keep saying this, you should have taken more time. What do you want me to do, man? We're just hanging out. The kid sleeps a lot. When the time comes for me to lock in and be there, I will be there. But
everyone needs to do to live their life and do their truth. I wish I would have taken more time off when I had the kid, but I don't like working as much as you do, Davis.
I mean, work is, a relative term.
If I was had to go to the office right now, no chance. I'd be like, I'm not fucking doing that. But I can go to the basement for an hour at a time.
My advice to new dads are always when you have the baby, get as much sleep in the hospital, because when you get home, you're not going to be sleeping enough. And that's to most dads. But to Davis, it was
how many nights were you in the hospital, Davis? One.
Yeah.
One.
So, as far as Davis, you just, hey, as long as you can be there, present. Newborns do sleep a lot. We'll give you that. And
if I'm doing the Swolecast instead of going to my 5-year-old's field day, then yes, that is a problem.
Tuttle is not on this show to defend himself. So let's leave out those darts. But yeah, thanks to everyone for tuning in. We love you all. And shout out to the super chats for Davis and the gifts and the Swolies. Going to be on this Friday, noon Eastern. It's a new time. And Davis, don't know if you'll be on that show, but if not, I think Daigle is going to do the show. He's a little under the weather today. I think he said he's down for Friday's show. So should be a fun time. Join us if you can. And if not, no worries. Have a great week 12. And we'll see you here next time on the Swolecast, sponsored by Splash Sports. Peace.
Peace.
Are you Davis Maddox from the Swolecast? I was like, yep, that's me.
I just want you guys to know I'm total dust. I'm the problem.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Leave it to the guy with the crypto dunes, Abby, to not understand context.
I should have known you getting 30 likes was directly written by someone else.
Me.